Get
Come
in!
on.
Get in that next. Yes!
Fucking hell.
Hello, welcome back. Today's the 20th of January and you're joining us on the banks of Oxlease on the Linear complex. So we got down here, what time, about 7:30 we got here?
Yeah, 7:30, 8.
Just before the gates opened. Didn't think that we were going to come to Oxlease initially. We're just going to have a butcher's around the lake, or around the lakes, and sort of see which lakes was fishing. We went to Brasenose 1, didn't we, first?
Yeah.
And I think that there was probably 10 or 15 cars in the car park when we first got here, and a majority of them all went to Brasenose 1. So, and it was quite stitched up, wasn't it? So
It's busy city, wasn't it?
yeah. So we didn't. Well, we had a quick look on there, and then just sort of give up. Went down to Hardwick, had a look there. That was quite packed, and there was a few people waiting to get on there as well. Had a look at the Manor. That was quite stitched up as well. The only lake that wasn't stitched up and that has done a fish recently was Oxlease. So yeah, had a good look round here, and the guy just up from here had a fish last night just after dark. So yeah, Kieran's jumped in peg 5, and I'm waiting for the guy to leave. He's leaving at about 4 o'clock today, and I'm going to jump in behind him, jump in his grave. So we've seen a few fish, haven't we, in front of us. It's now what, 1 o'clock, I reckon. Kieran's got his rods out. He's just waiting to put a bit of bait out now, and yeah, like I said, I'm going to jump in the swim next door, get a little bit of bait out, and yeah, we'll try and do an update a little bit later and let you know how we're getting on. Good afternoon. It's now about 3:15. I'm still yet to get a rod in the water, and the guy next to us is now packing up, so I should be able to head over into that swim shortly. Kieran is freezing. He's in his bag already, cold. So yeah, nothing's really happened. There's quite a few angles on the lake now, probably about a dozen I reckon, sort of 6 either side. We're not aware of anything coming out, haven't really seen anything show since the ones that we saw earlier. But yeah, I'll try and do an update in a little while once I've got some rods out, and once I'm fishing. Yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Afternoon, it's now just gone 4 o'clock, about 4:10. I've just got into my peg, so I think we've got about half an hour's light left. So yeah, I need to get a move on, get my arse into gear and get some rods and some bait out, and I'll speak to you once I'm fishing. Catch you in a bit. Good evening, it's now just gone 6 o'clock. All my rods are out now. Got a bit of bait round it as well. They didn't go out first time. It took me a little while to get everything out and sort of on some spots. Found a nice little firm spot sort of in between some silt. What's it, 17 wraps? Yeah, I've got 2 baits on that, and then one a little bit further out just on its own on a PVA bag. We've seen a few fish, haven't we? Or like subtle shows, not 100% sure if they're carp or not, but they look like it. We've heard a few, haven't we? I hope they are, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've heard a few as well. We've had a couple of like bleeps, little sort of little liners. Apart from that, that's about it, isn't it, really?
Yeah, nothing's happened on the lake, is there?
No, I haven't heard any alarms or anything. So it's all pretty quiet. It's quite mild tonight. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. No, it was a lot colder when we got here this morning. It was -6 when we left my house this morning. That was proper cold, wasn't it?
I was going past all the lakes and it's like all had lids on them, didn't they? Even like close around here. It was like, oh no.
Yeah, Westoe. We got a notification this morning that Westoe's got a lid on it. Suffolk Water Park as well. They're all frozen, so it's a good job we come here, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd have been a wasted trip. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. Probably do an update later if anything happens. If it's quiet, then we'll probably just do one first thing in the morning. So
in other words, we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. now, just after 8. Very quiet night, nothing to show really. Did have a few bleeps, apart from that, it's very quiet. I haven't heard from Kieran. He did message me last night, just after we went to bed, saying that he had a liner, but I haven't heard from him since then, so I'm assuming that he hasn't had nothing either. If we don't sort of get any sort of signs of fish or anything in the next couple of hours, then I think we'll consider a move, maybe to a different lake. There was a post put on the Facebook page yesterday. Someone had 5 fish in 24 hours on Hardwick. Apparently there's only 5 people on there last night on the swim update, so I think we might give it a few more hours, reel in and take a walk round to Hardwick, see how many people are on there now after the gates open, and yeah, definitely consider a move. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. Hello, quick update. It's now 9:15 and we're all packed up, back in the van, and we're going to go for a drive.
Yeah.
I reckon Hardwick or B1, they're the 2 lakes that we know of that have done fish. But we'll go and speak to a few other anglers, see what's been out, and hopefully we'll get on some fish. But just didn't feel like it was going to happen there, did it?
No, not at all.
Right, the camera's steaming up. Kieran's breathing on it, so we will catch you yeah, when we're on another lake. See you in a bit. Good afternoon. It's now just after 12. We've moved over to B1. I'm not sure. Kieran, do you know what pegs we're in?
I haven't got a clue, mate.
Don't know. I'll find out. I'll look at the map and then let you know. But yeah, we've just moved. All the rods are out. We've both set up. Kieran's to my left, and we've just seen a fish come right out of the water, about sort of about there, 100 yards, 110 yards. So, and the swim to my right is free, so Kieran's thinking about moving already. If we see something else, I think he'll probably move, because there's no one in the swim to the right of us, and there's no one in the swim next to that either. So I think we're definitely on fish. We had a walk round Hardwick, and the 2 sort of going pegs at the moment. The 2 people have just arrived at the lake, which are so annoying. We just missed the boat, but we're on B1, like I said. People opposite us who've packed up and gone, they've had fish, but they were fishing sort of long, 120 yards, which is sort of probably just over halfway here, I think. So we've got the wind behind us, and we're both fishing sort of 100, 110 yards out. I'll put a little bit of bait out. Kieran hasn't put anything out yet. Yeah, so yeah, let's see what happens. Afternoon, it's now just gone 2 o'clock. Kieran did move. He did see a few more fish in front of him. He's behind me. I'm standing in his peg now. He's in peg 4 and I'm in 5. The fish that he saw were sort of out in front of this peg. I'm still quite happy where I am, because then they're sort of straight in front of this peg and I'm not really a million miles away, so I'm quite comfortable where I am. Yeah, like I said, there's been a few fish show, so we're definitely on fish. Much more confident now than we were at Oxlease anyway. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Go on, son. Middle bobbin has just pulled right up to the top. I'm pretty sure it's a liner. And now my left rod's pulled right up tight. And my line's going as well.
come on.
Right, I don't know how much of that I got on film, but the camera's rolling when I got the take. But I have got a fish. Looks to be about, I don't know, about mid-20 I reckon. So I'm just going to buzz the rods back out, or the rod back out, and get the camera gear set up, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. First fish on the bank. Right, we'll just give her a quick weigh. Scales have already been zeroed. What's it saying, mate?
She is going, I'd say 21 on the nose, mate.
Oh,
21 on the nose, I'd say.
Nice, that'll definitely do. Nice to finally get one on the bank.
Definitely after, what, 5 days of frost?
Right, I just had this 21 plus. This is fished out 28 wraps. That was on a yellow solar flare, tails up. Just fishing a Ronnie rig. A little bit of bait around it, not a lot. Gonna get some stills of this, get it back, and then top up the swim. Happy days, fish on the bank.
Well done, mate.
Back she goes. Alright, it's all kicking off. Kieran's just given me a shout. He's in, he's got one on. Now heading over to his swim. I'll see you in a second.
What's in there?
Get
Come
in!
on.
Another one on a
in
solar
there.
flare.
Oh, mate. We've worked, what? Can't even talk now. We've worked hard for this, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god, just putting that bait out, chucked the spawn right on top of it and it screamed off.
Solar flare, yeah?
Yeah, so the flare.
Kieran's
Tails
just
up.
literally
God.
changed all his baits
Look,
after
my
I've had
spawn's
that
still
fish
there, look.
to yellow. And yeah, he's just had a run. So I'm going to go and switch the rest of my baits, or my other two rods, to solar flares as well. So yeah, we'll catch up with you when the fish is on the bank. See you in a second. Right, it's proper kicking off now. I've just got my other two rods out, both on yellows. Kieran's just given me a shout. He's got another one on. He's still got one in the net. It's only been 5-10 minutes since he had the last one. I'm just walking over to his swim now. See you in a second. Get in that net.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
One in the net. One in the sling.
Whew.
Boom.
Do you want to bait this first?
Yeah.
Zeroed.
Yeah, just give it a quick way.
Yeah.
Looks like smack bang £24.
24.
Yeah. Do well.
Happy days. Right. Here we go. After David had that fish, I changed my tactics. Thought I'd go the same range. Put a bit of bait out on a solar flare. I think I had a Pro Seed on mine, so I changed it to a solar flare. Banked out 27 wraps, and I was rewarded with this. What did that go? 24 on the nose.
24 on the nose, yeah.
24 on the nose. So just put this in the retainer, put a little bit more bait out, put the rig back out there. As soon as the spawn hit the water, that same rod is away again.
And you got a common in the
And I
net.
got a common in it. I think it's a little bit smaller this time, but they're all welcome, especially this time of year.
Let's get some stills and slip it back and then deal with the common. Right, this is fish number 2 for Kieran. This is common. Let's get going. 21:12.
Take that. So here we go, 21:12, second fish of that hectic 5-10 minutes. Oh. So as again, spotting some bait out, literally on top of it, and that was away. Absolutely ripped off. Happy days.
Right, let's get a couple of stills and slip her back.
Nothing compares, no worries.
Good evening, it's now 6:30ish. What's happened? Well, a lot happened this afternoon. We had a mad half an hour, yeah, 45 minutes. It went
Crazy.
sort of mental. I had one, you would have already seen that, and then Kieran had one, and then while you had that in the net, he had another one. So we've had a few fish now, which is awesome.
Finally.
Yeah.
Worked
Buzzing.
hard for it, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. It's good to get a few on the bank.
Yeah.
It sort of went quiet after you had that fish. We got that one back, put a bit more bait out, and that was sort of just before dark. Temperature dropped quite a bit, and then since then it's kind of gone pretty quiet, isn't it?
Yep.
Liners have stopped, and we haven't heard anything show, but they were showing earlier, so I don't know if it's going to do a fish tonight, but I think sort of once it gets light,
I reckon
chance
it's going to do a fish tonight.
I hope so. Yeah, we've just had dinner, steak and chips.
Yeah, that's nice.
I actually got a confession to make. That steak was ostrich.
That's ostrich. You fucking idiot. That's actually.
Do you think it tasted a bit
I
different?
did actually. Well, I said, didn't I? I said, that's actually quite nice. What steak is that?
I got it out of the
That's
freezer,
ostrich.
and yeah, I won it on a meat draw
Did
a
you?
couple of weeks ago at the pub. Yeah, so
That's
well,
actually really nice.
I thought it'd
You
be
have to
quite
get me
funny.
some more of that. Bastard.
Yeah, so I think time for a brew,
Definitely.
and then yeah, I think we'll hit the sack up early tomorrow, and yeah, let's do it all again. Chance for another fish, so we probably won't see you for the rest of the night. We'll see you in the morning. Laters. Good morning, it's about 10:30. Update from, well, since yesterday. So we had that flurry of action yesterday that you would have already seen, and then just sort of after dark, or as it started to get dark, the action sort of died off. Stopped getting liners, and fish stopped showing. And then it was quiet. Wind got up a bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Got cold.
Then it rained pretty much from 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then it sort of stopped just before 1 o'clock, and then just after it stopped, this happened.
So here we are, fish number 3. Weighing in at 29.12. Block of ice. It's absolutely freezing. Can't feel my fingers. Ugh. It went off about 10 minutes ago at 1 AM. Happy days. Buzzing. Ugh.
Wicked. Right, while you're here, I thought we'd talk you through the methods that we've been using and what's been catching the fish. So I think I've already mentioned that we've been using solar flares, tails up, 14mm. They're like a yellow pop-up, and then we've been fishing that over a bed of corn. The corn's been soaked in condensed milk for 48 hours before we got here, and then chili hemp, and then tails up pink fruits. So he normally does red fruits, but I've got Ash to make us some like washed out pink colour, so you put them in the water and they already look like they've been there for sort of 24 hours. Look awesome, don't they, in the water?
They do. Really nice.
Yeah, and then that's all mixed together for the spod mix, and that's what's been doing the do. So yeah, we'll do an update before we go. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more action before the end of the day. So yeah, we'll catch up with you soon. Afternoon, it's now about 1 o'clock. We've got about another 15 minutes before we reel the rods in. The last few hours have sort of slipped away and nothing's really happened, so I think there's been the odd bleep, but we haven't seen a fish. So yeah, like I said, another 15 minutes, the rods will be out. If anything happens, we'll get the camera out again, but if not, I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, feel free to comment and give us your feedback, that'd be appreciated. And yeah, if we don't see you before, we'll see you in the next video. Tight lines.